If it hurts, game breaks, we'll get you know it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, side, through the game, after this win in. Press you again, here for the first May. Can everybody keep it there for 6 minutes?
Just look around. You got the mountains, you got the most beautiful city in the whole entire country. The university is absolutely, looks like it's out of a storybook. It's just beautiful. People are incredibly genuine and extremely nice. It's just a place that obviously I'd want my kids to go to school. And it sells itself. You don't have to sell anything about this place. You just got to get them here. You know, the old field of dreams. Yeah. Build it and they will come. It's already built.
Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me?
Yes,
all right.
Just go win them all, man. I say that. Our team goal in general just win the East. So we're focused on that. But you know, we're taking it week by week, one opponent at a time, and just being the best each week, each Saturday, being the best team on the field.
I've said it from when I got here. The expectation, the standard is to play elite defense here, not just good defense. This is the home of Eric Berry, Al Wilson, Reggie White. The standard is to be elite.
I was driving down the highway on an August Friday night. Everything was going great, I was feeling fine, till I looked into my rear view. Caught me by surprise, it was Barney and his partner. They're flashing their blue lights. Now I'm sitting in the pen, and I'm staring at the floor. They done took my freedom, I can't walk around no more. And I said goodbye to the honky-tonks and my social good time, all because I blew a .09. Well, the cop turned me around, he said, I'm taking you to jail. Do you have someone in mind that could come pay your bill? I said, no sir, most of my friends are pretty damn broke. Then he slapped those cuffs up on me and Barney slammed the door. Now I'm sitting in the pen and I'm staring at the floor. They done took my freedom, I can't walk around no more. And I said goodbye to the honky-tonks, my social good time, all because I blew .09.
Welcome. Are you dancing? Were you dancing a little bit?
No, my table was shaking.
Don't lie. You were dancing a little jig.
And I was dancing.
That's what I thought.
Coach has little tap shoes out.
Little Elijah Cole Allen there for you on this game
soft
day.
Shoe.
I didn't even do the intro. Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. I'm Boogie Bentley.
And I am Coach Jay.
Man, it's game day. Let's freaking go. It is game day. Man, it's been a long week of talking about this game. We've talked about it from every angle possible, man. And I still like the matchup. But before we start talking about how we're feeling, I just want to raise a glass. I want to raise a glass to you and say cheers. Cheers. You know, we keep it clean on this channel. Mm-hmm. We're not going to talk trash. We're not going to say anything offensive. I just want to raise my glass to you and say cheers on this good Saturday afternoon. Shout out to JP for making me pull out the old koozie here. We got these. Back when we had season tickets, somebody walking around selling these. Great $5. That's worth $5, don't you think? I mean, I think it's worth.
That's worth $5. That's worth $5.
All right, let's get into this thing. Let's see who's hanging out in the chat. First, speaking of the chat, let me send the link out to those of you in the chat. The link is out. The link is out for this fan call-in show, Talkin VAWLS Elite and Higher. Let's see who's hanging out. JJ's here, says, GBO, let's get it done tonight, boys. Tennessee boy is in the house, says, let's go Big Orange. Cast Iron Volunteer is right on time. Visual Clips is here. What's up, my friend? Lonnie All Vol win. Lonnie is an OG, man. He's been around this channel, I think. Oh, yeah. Let's, we keep it respectful around here. Nothing offensive about this channel. Lonnie's an OG, man. He was here before we ever started doing live streams. Orange Sea Line's feeling it. Cast Irons chill. Man, got a couple of new members. The Amish Trucker becomes a member of the channel. Appreciate that support. Also, Donald Hodge. Guys, if you like this channel, whether you like the videos, the live streams, the community aspect, a lot of people, look, the post-game live stream, we're going to go live immediately after the game. That's already set up and ready. You guys will watch the game together. That is a beautiful part of this community. If you like it, whatever it is about it, hit the join button down below. You can give $1. You can give more. The link is out. You can come on this fan call-in show if you're a member of the channel at the Talkin VAWLS Elite level or higher. But, Coach, it's game day. You picked Tennessee to win. Did you believe that? Did you believe that Tennessee was going to win when you made that pick?
I think I was given some kind of BS speech about the end of Endgame and and Doctor Strange seeing all the possible endings. But no, I picked the Vols. I do think some things have to, of course, transpire to do it. I think we need to come out sharp right out of the gun. I think we need to come out swinging and firing out of the gun. I think we need to be laying some hits and biting down from the beginning. If we go out and have a brain fart for a whole quarter like we did against Florida, or play too passive, or get too many penalties early on, or let Milroe get going deep, then it's going to be another thing. But I think we can really force their offense to struggle early, often, and sustain it if we can jump on them right as we get going.
I said right before we went live, it's a big fight feel. This feels like, how many times over the last 15 years have we been like, oh man, I just hope they keep it close, all this nonsense. Now it's no, go down there, compete, execute, and come out of there with a win. That's it feels, even, my cousin, God bless his soul, he's an Alabama fan. He's got so many problems in his life, but being an Alabama fan is probably the worst problem he has in his life. But even I saw he posted on Facebook, he's like, it's eerily quiet right now because the Bama fans don't have the confidence to talk that trash anymore. We don't have the confidence to say we're back. JJ becomes a member of the channel. Appreciate that support. JJ, guys, keep hitting that join button down below. Let's get some of these dudes on here. Scotty's in the house. Check out Trey. Check out Trey, the ambassador. He looks like he's in. He looks like he's in the Talkin VAWLS merch studio. He's got his own koozie. He's got that beautiful Talkin VAWLS shirt. We also
just trying to represent.
Gary's looking in the camera going, is Boogie not letting me on? Do we have beef? Me and Gary have beef.
Oh, sorry.
What's up, Gary? What's going on, brother?
Waiting on my friend to get to this house. We're going to watch a game over at a friend's house.
Let's go around the room here. Scotty, how you feeling? You confident about this? Who's got – does somebody have earbuds in? Is somebody on
I got
Bluetooth?
I do too.
No. If you got Bluetooth, turn it off. Just let it come through your phone and see if that fixes it. Bluetooth, for some reason, causes an echo. I don't know why.
There we go. Are we good?
Everybody's good now. See if Trey's good.
Not good?
Yeah, let me turn your mic down. Your mic's hot. Go ahead. What you guys? How you feeling, Scotty? You confident?
This is not the Alabama team of old. This is a completely different Alabama team than what Nick Saban's had for the last decade. This running game that they have is not that impressive outside of Milroe, and you've got receivers that are somewhat talented, but this is not a stacked Alabama team. So I'm excited to see what happens. I think the biggest key, and I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, is how do our DBs match up against these deep balls? Because Milroe is he holds the ball at his waist. He just stands back there, poor pocket presence. He's looking to tuck it and run or just chuck it deep. So we have got to show up. Our DBs have got to show up and find the football. So I'm jacked, man. I think Tennessee's got a good chance to win today, and nobody's picking them, but I feel pretty confident.
Trey, how you feeling, buddy?
Man, I'm just excited. And to piggyback off what Scotty said, yeah, man, it's going to be a big showing today for our defense. If we can come in and carry that momentum over from the A&M game, show up, secondary, make some plays, Haddon has a day, there's lots of things that can go right. I just want to see consistent effort. And if, something happens and they make a play because, Alabama's got some great talent, And if they make a play, I want to see how we respond. If we can keep trucking, let's go, baby. Let's go. Go Big Orange.
You know, it's funny. I was watching. I don't remember if it was on Game Day or the SEC Nation, whatever it's called. I never can remember what their Game Day show is. I watch it now. I don't watch Game Day. I just watch the SEC version of Game Day. But they were showing clips, and they showed the fumble scoop score from last year. And my wife was sitting there watching it with me, and I was like, that moment is when I came upstairs and said the game's over. I was like, it's over. There's no way. But again, Trey, that's when they responded, right? Like Josh Heupel, he's an emotional guy. Like you'll see him jump on the referees, you'll see him get fired up, but he never overreacts. Like if something goes the other team's way, or even there was a moment last year where like things went perfectly our way. Oh, it was the Alabama game when Tennessee got the ball back and the missed field goal, right? He didn't celebrate that. Butch Jones would have been on his knees thanking God that they missed that field goal. Josh Heupel's going, all right, what 2 plays am I going to call to go score and win this football game? Just calm, cool, collected. Tom, how we feeling, brother? You fired up? You feeling that dub?
27-20.
I was like, is Tom going to speak or just shake his head?
Like,
yes.
Man,
I'm a
a
lot
few
quieter.
words.
I wound up somehow or another having a replay of the last call-in show come up. I never realized how much I interrupt people. Sorry about that.
Oh man, you guys going back and watching the tape and saying, I got to be better here. I got to be better there.
Well, I was watching one of your videos the other day, and because that was loaded up to go on the next thing, you know, on the cycle, I was like, well, hell with it. Yeah. Watch a lot of film as coaches. Why not watch a little bit of fan film?
You know, I was thinking
Always be better.
the bottom line is having 10 people on at the same time is a bit much. And like my wife's like, why don't you just bring like, you know, 5-6 people on and then rotate them off. 5-6 people on, rotate them off. 5-6 people. So maybe we'll do that moving forward. I don't know. Let me hit some super chats real quick. First, Jordan becomes a member of the channel. Appreciate that, Jordan. Thank you for that support. Donovan drops a $5 super chat. Says Jalen Wright, James Pierce. D. Williams going to show up big. We need Ramel Keaton to win this game. Someone has to be that deep threat. Man, I would love nothing more than to see Joe and Ramel both have a big day today. I think it would give them some confidence, man, moving into the back half of this schedule. Chase for 2, appreciate that. Got my shirt in today. Boogie GBO, awesome, man. Glad to hear it. Chase won the T-shirt giveaway from a couple of weeks ago, so that's awesome. Jordan for 5, go Vols, prove them all wrong. Our offense will have to step up if we want to beat Bama. Red Wind for 2 says Alabama fans are wavering. Silence the stadium, and we win. Trey, how much do you think that stadium, the atmosphere, the environment – look, it's a revenge game, right? We were all hostile and full of piss and vinegar for the South Carolina game. I expect the same today.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, coming off of going to the game at Neyland, I mean, that home crowd, just like we did and carried our boys over the line, because that was the difference maker aside from some stellar defensive play and running back play. I expect the same thing from Alabama's fans. And if we can come out and start fast, we don't have to make huge plays right off the bat, but if we can just consistently do what we do, we can, you know, push back and make that crowd quiet, and that will be a big help to the confidence of these guys. And that's what I want to see them do.
Yeah, they're gonna bring it. I mean, the stadium's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a pretty awesome atmosphere. But like first play of the game, just throw a little tailback middle screen. Like use all that momentum, all that energy against them, and run outside the tackle all day long on them, and let's make this thing happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, guys, on Friday I asked Ben McKee a question. I guess I kind of want to get everyone's feeling on it. Maybe we could, I guess, just start at the top and go Scotty, Tom, Ambassador. But what is that magic stat that you want to see that you feel like would ensure a Vols victory today? You know, like we were talking about the running game maybe hitting like 175 last week. Where are you at on that? Is there a stat that if you kind of had the power to gift the Vols a certain stat, what would that stat be?
Less than 45 rushing yards for Milroe and 2 picks.
Gotcha.
He cheated. He said 2. Tom, what do you got?
Hold Alabama to 200 or fewer offensive yards.
Okay, cool.
That would seal it. That would really seal it, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that if we have, you know, maybe 5 penalties, you know, if we win that, the battle of the penalties, because they're going to have they have problems executing just like we do. So if we can win that part of the game, I think we'll be right there in the end. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a freaking fight. We all know that. It's third Saturday in October. And I'm just excited to be on here with you guys, Let's get it.
I think if man, is this trying to think back how Ben answered. Oh, no, it goes back to the beginning of the week. Donovan asked Kaner the question, if you could guarantee one of these stats, and he gave like 4 options, and I forget what all of them were. One of them was a 100-yard receiver. And it's like, one was rushing based, one was defensive based. For me, like, all that's good stuff. You hold them to 200 yards, Tom, I'm feeling pretty good. Trey says penalties. Tennessee, pretty heavily penalized football team. So if you clean that up, you play good defense. If you guarantee me 200 passing yards, you give me 200 passing yards, Tennessee wins this football game, because I have the confidence they're going to run the football. I have the confidence that they're going to play good defense, but I don't have the confidence they can go throw for 200. Coach, what's your answer? You're muted. You're muted like a true professional.
Like a true pro out here. The stat I need is to not be muted, right? No. Yeah, no. I'm kind of right with you. I'll push that envelope just a little bit farther and say 230, and it's just a little bit further. And I think that really facilitates the run game really well too. I trust our defensive line. I think they're going to show up and play. If I worry about anything out of the defense, it's just being a little too gun shy. I hope Tim Banks doesn't come out with that same game plan. He's been so good most of the time. He was amazing in Texas A&M. He came out and showed him a real base, straight up look. He'd bring pressure and he was aggressive out of that straight look, but it was a real straight, honest look at that pressure. And then the second half, mixing it up with show and go blitzes, mixed coverage, just people moving all around the field. Really hard to get a beat on Tennessee's defense in the second half. So I trust the defense, but I think you get that 230 out of the passing game. I'm kind of leaning towards that. But Coach Rice, you got a stat you want to see out of this game today? What you got is kind of an important stat, and then we can continue down the road.
I'm kind of on the same path as you, Russian wise. I think my number was 225, so right along there. And then I'd love to see, like, if we get 225 rushing, I'd like to see 200 passing, but I think if we don't get the 200 passing, if he could reach 175 passing and have a couple passing touchdowns, 2 or 3 passing touchdowns, that works just as well. That means we're getting the ball down the field rushing wise, and he gets it in the end zone with his arm, or if he rushes it in himself. But yeah, 175, 200 in the air, then 225 is my nut, and then I want 4 sacks. 4 sacks is my key number as far as sacks goes. Whether it be from James Pierce, Tyler Brower, whoever, as long as we're getting pressure and making Jalen Milroe uncomfortable, that's what I'm looking for.
Let me hit a couple of super chats here real quick, then we'll get Coach McGee and Seth's thoughts on that. One of these days I'm going to get this right. And what's funny, me Ugly, whatever it is, there's a guy in the chat, and it's OBRDY, and I'm always like, Orbity, it's O'Brady. Clearly, it's O'Brady, and it's taken me a year and a half to figure that out. He said, Boogie, just call me Brady. We got to figure it out. We got it dialed in. Anyway, me Ugly, whatever. Happy Squirrel White Day. Thank you for the $2 super chat. How about that was J.D. Piquel's kind of key to settling this offense down to Squirrel go out and have a day. Brian drops a $20 super chat. I like $20 super chats mainly because they are orange. So we'll play the clip.
Rocky Top! You'll always be.
Brian says entry fee plus some GBO. Appreciate that, Brian. Thank you for the very generous super chat. Seth, what do you think? If you could steal a stat, if you could pick a number, whether it's offense, defense, yardage, turnovers, whatever the case may be, what are you rolling with in this Tennessee-Alabama game?
0 drops.
Oh, that's a good stat right there, Seth.
That's the one I want to see the most.
Yep, I got to out Seth a little bit. We were talking before the game a little bit, Seth a little nervous about Joe. I think we're all nervous about Joe, though, Seth. So
I felt like Eeyore
What is
all
wrong,
morning
what is
long.
wrong with you, Seth? He's in my DMs talking about feeling like Eeyore. I'm like, put on your big girl panties and let's go play football.
and Joe was
Quit being a pansy.
Yeah,
Man, I don't know, man. I just wasn't feeling it all this morning. I'm getting better as we come closer.
Good.
Well, you got about 40 minutes to dial it in. So dial it in. Pack it. Look, it's okay to be
Coach
doubtful.
May
It's
was giving
okay.
me a motivational speech.
Good.
I was.
Clearly
I
it
went,
didn't work.
Yeah, I had to go full Vince Lombardi.
Clearly it didn't work. Coach McGee, what do you think? You got a stat, you get a pick. What are you taking? Oh, he's muted. Why do these coaches, do y'all need a pen to write with? What do
Okay,
y'all
there we
do?
go. There we go. Hank, woo.
There we go.
Just not computer savvy. Anyway, so definitely we need the special teams to be perfect. I'd like to see probably 75 to 100 yards of return yardage in both kickoff and punt. However, if that's not possible, we need to get at least 230 rushing yards and greater than 180 passing yards. Defense, 4 sacks and 1 INT, and I think we've got this in the bag.
Sounds like a good list.
Ball Mom says, which Joe will we get today? Does anybody really have confidence? You know, I've seen so many people in the chat, people in the comments, Joe's going to ball out tonight. All right. If you had to put 10 grand on it, you going to say Joe's going to ball out tonight? If you had 10 grand that you were throwing down and you had to pick that Joe's either going to show up or not show up, which one you going with?
Not sure.
10 grand on Joe.
Yeah,
exactly.
Boogie, every time Joe takes the field, I feel like I'm playing spin the bottle with 8 ugly girls and 1 Mrs. J. You know what I mean? Like it's a bad feeling when that bottle starts.
It may even be worse than that. You may even have a Seth and a Coach Rice mixed in there. Like you just don't know
I
where
could.
you don't know what.
This could be a bad scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's easy to leave a comment and say Joe's going to ball out, but if push comes to shove and you got to put your money where your mouth is, are you doing it? No. Even if he throws for 250 today, nobody's going to say that he shows up against Kentucky. You still got to see it to believe it.
All we need from Joe is to connect on a couple deep balls. Don't turn the football over, hit a couple deep shots, run the football, just be an average functional offense, and let this defense play football.
I saw where the 2-minute – he just has to be average. We can't even get average Joe. I'm going to break out my dodgeball average Joe's.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to rock that.
That's got to be a T-shirt, Boogie.
Average. I've got the T-shirt. It's in my closet. I'll go get it. But people get mad if I don't wear Tennessee orange. So trying to make them all happy this Saturday. It's game day. I wear orange on game day. Robert Tuck for 5. Silsby, Texas wide receiver. Draylon Miller decommitted from A&M this week. Lots of attention Friday. LSU and Georgia in it. I have a pic of him throwing a Vol sign.
Oh,
interesting. Robert, what are you doing? Are you doing like? I feel like you're going to go work for one of these gossip magazines. He's just taking pictures from between the trees.
That's good. I need a secret agent. Yeah, I need a secret agent. Can you fly to Oakland for me periodically, Robert? Sorry, that's a separate story.
Is that where you went on your covert operation that we're not allowed to talk about?
Yes.
The real Hank for 2. Joe has a bad game. What are we doing at the quarterback spot? Nothing.
Joe's still going to run up there.
Thing's going to happen.
I think it's going to have to be you lose to Alabama, you lose to Kentucky, and then maybe you start him for homecoming. But
it'll take an injury.
It's got to be injury.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to happen, but yeah, it's going to have to be that.
And then just to piss us all off, he's going to put out Gaston Moore. So.
If he does that.
There's no way. There's no way that happens.
Navy Schuler,
I'm still on
baby.
the Nico train, but that's me.
There you go, Navy Schuler.
I really think it has to do with the culture and how he's just ride or die Joe. I mean, it's like you've had us for so long, we're going to reward you with this long leash. And even though everybody can see that you're not playing really good, consistent football that's expected from a volunteer quarterback, like he's going to just be able to do whatever he wants to do. And the team has his back. I mean, he's got boys in there. They've been in the trenches through the carryover with Hooker. But, like, I just can't wait for Nico.
So that
exactly what you just said sums up how I feel exactly. Precisely to a T.
Well, thank
You know where? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Scotty. Go ahead.
So, we all want to see Joe do something different. Like, we want to see him keep the ball. We want to see him run the ball on some of those. What would be a cool wrinkle is why don't we put Jalen Wright in there and run some Wildcat? Just a few plays here and there. Let's see what happens with that.
I called that last week.
Yeah, put like D. Williams at tailback.
Yeah,
with Jalen Wright. Why
not just run the Wildcat with
that'd be
Williams?
gnarly.
Dude, D. Williams,
yeah.
Like you talk about, but then again, if you're going to go up tempo, D. Williams is in for the drive. But I think you can make an exception to the rule, right? We don't have to always go up tempo. You can put D in there at the Wildcat. Guess what? First play picks up a few yards, run something else. That picks up a few. Or put Joe out at wide receiver, right? Just let Joe stand out there. Hey, Joe, go stand over here and look pretty. If you want to dance, dance. Do whatever you want to do over here. We're going to run our offense, and then if we need you, you can come back over into the huddle. So
be a bump on a log.
Yeah. Well, if you could trust Joe to be healthy, like with his knee, you could easily trot him out to tight end and have him help blocking on the opposite side that you're kind of going to, or even mix in some direct side as well. But, with that knee suspect, I don't see them doing something like that.
I wonder how healthy he is, though. I was listening to the 2-minute drill from VolQuest. They put it out like 30 minutes before we went live, and they said that Milton, they have been told, now that can change. They always defend yourself, depending on how the game's going, what happens on the field. The game plans to run Joe more this week. Do they do that? I don't know. I think that sets up this offense to succeed more if they do.
I'd love to see some QB power and QB counter.
Yes,
with Joe. I mean,
I'd like at least 5 design runs. Just at least 5,
and not just the standard QB draws or something where he has to read the option play. I want to see designed outside. Let that big dude get downhill, and if he can do what he did in the second half, show us the second half, Joe, last week where he's trucking people. I mean, at this point in the season, if he gets, you got to throw everything, at Alabama. You got to throw everything. If we want this offense to succeed and have a chance to win, they need to, unleash the playbook. So let him run some power, with a running back leading the way, and then you pull a couple guys around, but don't hold anything back. They better play this game like our season depends on it. So,
because quite frankly, it does. I mean,
exactly.
the rest of our season depends on how well we perform or how poorly we perform tonight. So if we poorly perform, the rest of our season is going to be poor. You're going to lose fan support, and I think that if we can win, we can carry all that energy into Georgia. Neyland's going to be rocking. Georgia's going to come into a hostile environment. And as we've seen, Georgia struggles with some teams in the first half. If we can go in and carry all this energy over, Georgia might be a W, boys.
I mean, our season's expectations going into the season was to win the East and get to the SEC championship. That's how it's been the last 2 years. Well, SEC championship all starts tonight, because if we lose that game tonight, it's dang near impossible for us to get there. Even if we do beat Georgia, we already got that one loss with Florida. Let's go ahead.
Let's talk dealer's choice real quick. Let's just say you could pick only one, Georgia or Bama. Maybe in the chat, you guys let us know who you would take. Would you take the victory against Bama or Georgia? And then maybe we can go around the panel, just kind of start with Scotty and move down the line here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be Georgia, because you beat Georgia, you're going to the SEC championship game. So, I mean, just from that standpoint, that's the win. But if we beat Bama tonight, the headlines are we're really back. We're back because we went out last year, shocked the world, and no one's given us a shot this year. Everything's still in front of us. This is a talented enough football team to go out and win a national title. This is also a talented enough football team to go out and only win 7 games. So we're back.
Do you guys think if okay. Oh, well, go ahead with this question. I was about to completely change. I was about to change the topic completely.
Yeah.
All right. So My thought is, and if we beat Bama, I know Coach Jay, you said take one or the
They
other.
won't. Yeah.
But to me, I'd rather beat Georgia.
I get what you're saying as a coach.
But if we beat Bama, it gives us the steam forward and
momentum.
The momentum to finish out the season. If we lose to Bama, and what's the expectations the rest of the season? I mean, what you gotta have to think about it. What's the expectation the rest of the season? It's 9-3 or go with it.
Yeah.
And but what? There's the chance of SEC championships out the door. Even if we beat Bama, even if we lose to Bama and then go beat Georgia, we still don't get because we got two. We'll have two SEC losses.
You got to win out if you're going to go to
you got to
Atlanta,
win out. You got to win out. So my thing is, I want to get this one. My heart wants to beat Georgia so bad, but as a strategist and someone that looking the rest down the season, you need to beat Bama. So I'm gonna say Bama.
Agreed, Tom.
I'd always rather beat Alabama. We could look. I know this isn't popular, but we could never win another national title again if we beat Alabama every single year. I'd be happy with that. Every year until the day I die, that'd be fine.
Sign me up, Ambassador.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to beat Alabama terribly today. Going back to what Boogie said, though, if I had to put 10 grand on which one I thought was going to happen, I'm going 10 grand. We're going to beat Georgia at home, even if we lose this game in a close battle. But most likely, I can see a reality that where we lose to Alabama today, even though I think we have a great chance of winning, and we do beat Georgia because who knows what the coaches are going to do to rally up behind and maybe we see Nico sooner rather than later if we don't get it done today. But Buck Fama, and let's freaking get it done, and then we'll worry about the reality of beating Georgia when it comes time, because it's been too long till we've freaking been in Atlanta, and we need to get an appearance there like yesterday.
There you go, Seth. What you got?
I want us to beat Georgia. I'd rather go Georgia over Bama. Again, from Georgia, I'm sick and tired of my family. Back to back. Shut up.
I get that. I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
And on top, just kind of piggybacking on what Scotty said too. I think we did that. We controlled the East a little bit. I'd rather us do that.
There you go, Mr. Reed. What you got?
Well, I guess looking at it in two ways, we could take Georgia, and then if Georgia beats Florida and we beat Georgia, we hold the tiebreaker over the SEC East, and we walk into the SEC championship as long as we win out in the East. Second thought is that I absolutely hate Alabama. Everything Alabama stands for. I hate the movie Forrest Gump because he plays for Alabama. All right.
Elephants suck.
Just kidding. But I think we can legitimately show that Tennessee is back if we beat Alabama tonight. We can shove it into everybody's face, game day, SEC Nation, who picked Alabama to win, come in there, stomp them, and carry, of course, that momentum and build the morale of the team. The team can start to feel like, yes, we are back, and they can carry that in through the rest of the season. And that's my thoughts.
Yeah, if we beat Bama, we're going to be a top 10 team. So, the momentum, it's going to be fun, just like last year. Watch that steady climb. So that momentum train is big if you beat Bama today.
Agreed.
If we beat Bama, I feel for Kentucky if we beat Bama. It will be, we will slaughter Kentucky.
It will be a slaughterhouse.
100%.
Boogie, what you think, man? Who would you rather have? I think I know already, but
I do.
No, obviously, I hate Georgia. So if I had to pick one or the other, if I could guarantee Tennessee's going to beat Alabama or Georgia, I'm taking Georgia because to what Scotty said, if you have any shot at all at Atlanta, you have to beat Georgia. But even if you lose to Alabama, you're done. I'm telling you, I'm with Coach Rice. There's no way Georgia is losing 2 games. It ain't gonna happen. It's why the Florida game was so freaking pivotal. It's why I beat it into the ground all off season. You got to be undefeated coming out of September because it gets real freaking tough on the back half when you got Alabama, Georgia, even included Texas A&M in that, Kentucky on the road, Missouri on the road. You know, you got a long way to go. But Scotty brought up a point. Let me hit this super chat real quick. Rolly season for 2 says GBO just saying I'm okay with an average Joe. Isn't that sad? We're 5-1. Joe just needs to be freaking average. God bless America. Why can the stars not align and we have a Hendon Hooker in a defense like this or a Josh Dobbs in a defense like this? We got to have freaking below average Joe and the best defense we've had in I don't know how long. Chad Kearney drops a $2 super chat. Appreciate that, Chad. Nothing to say, just a tip in the tip jar. Appreciate that, my man. But Scotty brought up a point. He's like, you know, if you beat Alabama, then we're back. We're freaking back now, man. Tennessee is back. You know how I know we're back? Because it's the 3rd Saturday in October, and people aren't just saying it. People truly believe Tennessee can go win this football game. I've said it all week. If it was in Neyland Stadium, there's no freaking way I'm picking Alabama to win this game. It's only because it's on the road. Tennessee is back. You lose today, you still have a path to 9-3. And yes, is 9-3 where you want to be? No, but we talked about it before the season started. Expect to take a step back. Defense is going to get a little better. Offense is going to struggle. But guess what? We got the number 1 player in the country sitting on the bench, sitting under the learning tree. I'm not, you know, people say, "Oh, you all hate Joe Milton." It's the Nico love fest. I just want Joe to be efficient, man. I just want Joe to be efficient. But we're back because the defense is going to be just as good or better next year. Oh, you're enjoying watching James Pierce wreck shop? Guess what? He's back next year. Oh, you like these young linebackers? Guess what? They're only going to get better. You think Aaron Beasley's good? Let me show you how good Arian Carter is with a full year of development. The linebackers, the secondary, everybody on that defense is going to freaking get better. And 9-3, I'll take 9-3 this year. Next year's a shot at Atlanta. 25's a shot at Atlanta. We knew when Josh Heupel was hired, it's going to take time. We got to be patient. It's going to be 5, 6, 7 years to rebuild this thing. Here we are in year 3, and damn it, 9 wins isn't good enough. Like, we're back. We are back. The conversation's over. And I don't care what Dauber says, we have arrived or whatever planet he's living on. We've been here before, bro. We've been here before. I don't know if you realize. I think you do, Dauber. God rest your heart, little loving sweetheart. I know you don't work. You don't work unless certain things align. You'll be here when the superstar lights come on for Dauber postgame show. We'll see you then. We've been here before. We're back. Rant over. Rant over.
There you go. Negaval, I had a beautiful glass of Four Roses bourbon last night over a nice prime rib dinner with Miss J, and I was thinking about your bourbon collection, sipping on that drink right there. But how you feeling today, buddy?
I got a perfect one for y'all today.
Oh, what's going on? Good
Finished
times.
in orange.
There you go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. So if we win, will you finish that bottle in one day?
Oh man.
We'll be coming on here.
I was going to say, and if you do, will you please come on the post game show for our entertainment?
It'll be just a picture of him on the floor, just like, hi.
Yeah.
Drunk uncle.
Like, here lies number 1 Negaval.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Nate, what's going on?
What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great. How you feeling? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I really feel good about this game. I like the matchup that we got going on, and I really feel good about it.
Awesome.
As long as I can say that as long as our offensive line, I'm not even as much worried about Milton as I am the offensive line if we can keep the penalties down.
Sounds like Ollie Lane is starting. So
that's
the first name that pops into your head.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly right.
Offensive line penalties. Gerald Mincy, they said, is going to give it a go. I think that's good. That's good news. But Ollie Lane, man, clean it up. We can't. I'm sorry.
Have to.
Ollie Lane, somebody yelled at me for saying clean it up. That I'm not allowed to say that. So, Ollie Lane, please don't grab the jersey and pull it. That is called holding. We don't want that. We want you to block with good fundamentals and good technique. So, do not get holding penalties. Do not move. Do not move before the snap. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't jump. That's called a false start. That will cost us 5 yards. So, we don't want you to do that. And don't block in the back like that. That is illegal.
Yeah.
So, please do not do that. I'm sorry. I take shots at one. There's 452 people watching live, and I got to take a shot at one person that left a comment. That's my downfall. That's my downfall.
Get up to the second level.
Oh, real
That's
quick,
exactly
Coach Rice. Coach Rice, how's your injured player doing?
Oh, he's doing. He's in good spirits. I mean, he knows, football's football. So, but his surgery went well, and he's doing good. So
good to hear. I know a lot of people in the chat were praying and rooting for him, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what else?
Offensive line.
So
offensive line. Let's go, offensive
Both
line.
family.
My stat back that we had to pick earlier, it wouldn't be turnovers. It would be, can I give Joe 60 yards rushing on his feet? That means he avoided some pressure, and then he actually got mobile like he did in the second half against A&M, and like he has to be able to do that. Like I saw an interview with somebody where he was talking about that play where he lowered his shoulder and went after that guy, and he was like, the guy had been talking smack, and he was kind of like feeling himself a little bit, and I hope he feels himself a lot today as far as like with his production. But like if he can pick out a player on the field to go lower his shoulder on, then let's make sure we are of awareness of where the yardage is and where the stick is, and let's go and let's make some plays.
Joe needs that water boy mentality. Put a face on someone's head.
Are y'all ready?
There you go.
Y'all have the confidence?
There
Are y'all ready?
go.
Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Standing by.
I believe. Do you believe?
There you go.
Absolutely.
I believe it.
Let's go.
I think personally, maybe it's just a weird thing, and I know Mays is important and Ollie Lane and all that, but Bama's got a lot of edge talent like Tennessee has, and Campbell has played very, very well. I think that's a really important matchup this game. I think a lot of the reason we were successful last year against Alabama is because Darnell was so elite in stopping the pass rush, stopping the top 5 pick coming in. What do you guys think about Campbell today? You think he succeeds? You think he's able to have that same kind of success?
I think he will be fine. I think the other side is more what I'm worried about. I mean, I know they got Dallas Turner and they got the other dude, but they're you're right, their edge, and I think they're strong. Whereas Texas A&M, I think, was better on the interior. I think Alabama is better on the edge, so that's really going to expose, maybe Dane Davis if he has to play, or not 100% Gerald Mincey, which, I mean, be honest, who at this point of the season is ever 100%? But I am very worried about that right tackle position today. I know it's just. I think we're going to have to run the ball, and we talked about the tempo earlier. I think the tempo is going to be very, very important. We're going to have to get that first down. If we go 3 and out in this game, or if we're having penalties and we're third and 8 or longer, I'm telling you, it will be a bad spot for Tennessee if we're 3rd and 8 the whole game, 3rd and 8 or longer the whole game. We got to be able to run the ball.
We got to play fast. This offense is so much better. It covers up so much ineffectiveness if we just play fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
And it helps Joe not have to think as much when he's playing quickly.
Right.
It's killing it though. Whenever there's drops and penalties, it just kills that speed though. It's been hard to keep it.
Agreed.
Yeah, but if I think we can get the ball rolling and then have Joe go fast, he doesn't get in his head, misread stuff, start second guessing himself. He can just run off instinct. And when he runs off instinct, we've seen in the past that it bodes well for us.
Yeah.
I wish they'd quit the check with me and just run the play that's given in that moment. Quit trying to think. Quit trying to, milk the clock. Just go.
Isn't it funny? Heibel acted like they're not doing that this year.
That cracked me up.
Yes, you are. You're doing it way more than you ever did it with Hendon. You're doing it a lot.
I want to play poker with Coach Hype.
Yeah, I bet he's
right.
You can play a little poker.
You'll know when he's BSing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Tom,
I
you're,
love
you're an
coaches,
offensive
but
line guy.
Coaches are
Go
about
ahead,
like
sorry.
preachers, man. They're the best liars in the world.
Hey, we got a whole panel of them right here.
Yeah.
That'd
There
be
you go,
easy.
there you
There,
go.
you're surrounded by them right now, Seth. Here, let me do this. Now you're completely surrounded by coaches.
Yeah. Tom, what do you think about the O line today, man? I know that's kind of your.
They're going to kill it. They're going to kill it.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you feel
They
that
did.
way.
I
That
mean,
makes me
and
feel good.
Boogie was talking about it right after the game last week. We were told Texas A&M had the best front seven that we were going to see probably the rest of the year other than Georgia. And they manhandled them. They did.
Yeah.
So if Joe is 50-50, he's average Joe, we're going to do it.
I'm telling you right now,
agree
get
that
ready if they win today. It's going to be the same narrative, Tom. So get ready. They beat Alabama
no
today.
good.
Same thing's going to happen. You're going to have the same nonsense this entire week. Go ahead, Coach.
If they
Sorry.
run Alabama over, if they run over Alabama, there's no doubt. You could say some people who doubt what they did against Texas A&M.
That's two top defenses.
You do it against Alabama.
Look at last year. Look at last year. It took Georgia to derail Tennessee. And even and it's like told y'all they sucked. It's like you're talking about the back-to-back national champions. Yeah. Tennessee sucks because they lost to the back-to-back national champions.
So all you heard was the gimmick offense.
Yeah.
That's all you heard about.
JD McGill hit it perfectly, and I don't even remember the exact. I don't remember the exact words he said. It was like people that say overthrow Joe. It's like they do it for shock value and because of social media. It's just it's nonsense. It's not real football talk. Let me hit a super chat real quick. Rod drops a $5 super chat. Appreciate that. What would I win today? How much? I've had 2 beers. Rod, what would I win today for our national media perception? I have no idea.
I think he's saying what would a win today?
What would a win do?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got it. What would a win today do for our national media perception? GBO. Sorry, Rod. I didn't know if it was me or you.
I got a better one for you. I think a win today, and one of the reasons I might take Bama over Georgia, and maybe you guys will roast me for this, and maybe my thinking's backwards. I don't know. I've kind of been going back and forth, but I think it's a win today, even over media perception. I think it helps the recruiting perception as much as anything. I think we take the belt away from Bama is, the team that can dethrone Georgia next, to kind of claim that next style in the minds of recruits around the country. But
can I get one person to drop off? Bob's in the back room waiting to jump on.
I gotta
Ambassador,
go.
Scores from each of you before you go, though, please.
And Coach, I will send you the link in the fourth quarter. I'll send it to you in the fourth quarter. Give us your score prediction, though, Coach Ross.
27-24 Tennessee. James Pierce has 3 sacks. Tyler Barron has a sack. Kamal Hadden gets another pick. Jalen Wright 125 yards rushing. Dylan Sampson 2 rushing touchdowns. Joe Milton a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. All right, peace out. I'll see y'all after the game.
I hope that happens.
See you, Coach.
All righty.
That happened.
Now we got Bob. What's up, Bob? Bob,
what's up, guys?
Where you been, Bob?
Bob. Well, I got wrangled into going to the other side of St. Louis, Missouri to go pick up a truck yesterday, and I didn't know it was an overnight trip, and I just got back to the house.
Woo! Photo finish.
Just in time.
Oh, man. As long as I got back for a game, I really want to get back at least and get my 2 cents in this damn show here.
So how you feeling? Are you confident? Are you feeling the dub? Do you have your cigar ready to go, Bob?
27-13, Tennessee is going to walk on them.
So you don't have any concerns at all?
No. Alabama's not going to be able to stop our run game. And I truly believe Milton is actually going to step up for this game. He knows how important it is. And you think about it, in 2002, we beat Alabama beat us at home. 2003, we beat them at home. And we haven't beat them at home since. Okay, that was the only time in my recent memory it wasn't where we were going in spurts, where it was 4 or 5 wins, 4 or 5 wins, 4 or 5 wins, or 9 wins or 15 wins, or whatever it was. So this is the first time we're not in a streak. Well, we're starting a streak now. We're getting 2 in a row. They're going to come in thinking we got the revenge, but they know how we played last year. They don't know what all we got this year. They haven't seen this defense. Our defense has come up at least 90% from what it was last year.
Oh yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
We have got to play aggressive. Like we didn't call an aggressive defensive game against Florida. You can't sit back and just hope to keep it in front of you and win today, because
That's right.
Milroe is going to throw the ball down the field or bust. And we gotta break those passes up, or we got to get to him first. We got to keep him contained. So that's the big key to the game for me. And I'm going to jump off here, but score prediction: Tennessee is going to win a very fun game for us, 35-24. Go
Love it,
Vols.
man. Been fun having you on, Scotty. Thanks for jumping on with us, buddy.
Hey, just to piggyback off of Scotty real quick, and he brought up Florida, and man, I've always hated having Florida so close to the beginning of the year, because I think the unsung heroes this year, Coach Banks and Coach Garner, they know what they have now, so they're going to call a different game than they would have obviously called back then. And so, like, I really wish that Florida would go back to go towards the back of the schedule. I think that 31-24 is what I've had it all week. I think if Tennessee can make some big plays and they can take a shot from them, like pretend it's a fight. Like if they can take one of these hits from Alabama, because Milroe's he thrives under pressure and makes a big play. So if we can take that and respond, we got everything in front of us, and I expect a big game today from the running backs. And I'm just glad to have got to digitally meet all you guys today, and I love this community, love this culture that's being built here. That's why I'm so excited about it, and I'll let someone else go. But
Thank you. Thank you.
Trey's our road man. He's out there handing out free shirts, recruiting, handing out Kool-Aid. He's handing out Kool-Aid at Neyland Stadium, saying if you just take one sip, it'll change your life. Let me hit a couple of super chats real quick. Robert Tuck for 2 says, how bad do you guys want to see us beat up on Burton? Somebody said earlier in the week that they should put a cheerleader out there guarding him, and that he would be terrified for his life, and that could impact the game. Dakota's been a member for 19 months. That's a long time. Dakota's been hanging out with us. Rushing home from the golf course, GBO. Well, you didn't answer the important question, Dakota. What did you shoot? That's what I'm here to know. Miyugli for 2. The boys are going to run the rock. Let's go. Thank you, Miyugli, for the $2 super chat. Guys, don't forget, we'll be back immediately following the game. It'll be myself, Coach Jay, Dauber, and Coach Rice is going to be joining us tonight. Next week for the Kentucky postgame show, same cast of characters, but we will have Seth. Seth will be on with us. Dave's been a member for freaking 28 months. That's an OG. Wow. If my math is correct, that's what, like that's a minute. That's a minute. Shout out to Dave. Tell Chatty I said to kiss my ass, Dave. Anyway, moving right along. We're going to take you right up to kickoff here. We got a few more minutes to go, but again, smash the thumbs up. Come back for the post game show. All that type of stuff. Scotty drops a $20 super chat. I mean, Scotty was just here. Scotty could have said anything he wanted to say, but he's like, I want to support this community. He drops a 20 spot. That's Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Scotty says had to drop some coin on the way out. Let's hear that sweet music. Go Vols. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate that, brother. Scotty was talking about Joe, thinking he's going to show up today. I've been getting this weird feeling, maybe because all we've talked about for the last, I don't know, eternity is Joe Milton and how he hasn't shown up yet. I have this weird feeling. Is it today? Is today the day that Joe shows up?
I'm going to stay with no so that he can shut me up. I'm going to stay with no so he can shut me
Trying
up.
to put some positivity out there.
Joe's going to be terrible. He's going to throw a million picks. I'm the smartest man on earth, and he's dumb. Now go make me look stupid.
Of course, it's that stupid coach from California. Stupid coach from California.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope Joe shows up and balls out. Honestly, I feel like it's about time. It's over halfway through the season. Let's go. Let's start this. Let's finally get him in a rhythm.
I'll probably
pick
get
up
all the
tempo
hate
and
for
let's get
this,
at it.
but I've lost faith in him. I don't have faith in Joe. I just don't.
God, I tried so hard to bring some positivity to the universe.
6 years,
See what
man.
you've
It's
done,
not enough.
Boogie. See what you've done.
But it's
years
not
is
about
not
him
enough.
tonight. It's not
We
about him
have seen-
today. It's
We've seen Joe step up here and there. Well, it's his time to step up. This is the here.
Yeah.
And he's going to get us there.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bob.
Somebody
Let's go.
commented on
I think the running
Yeah,
backs
so-
will. I don't know if he will. But
What really gets me, they was talking about mass media a while ago, how we're going to look at media. If we beat them by, say, 2 touchdowns, which is what I'm predicting, they're going to move us up from 17th to 15th or 14th maybe.
Yeah,
And they'll
not
drop
gonna move
Alabama
hardly at
down to 13th or 12th.
yeah,
They will still be ranked above us, just like they
they'll
were
still be in
last
front of us. Yeah.
with 2 losses. Yeah.
If Tennessee wins by, I don't care if Tennessee wins, period, and they rank a 2-loss Alabama team ahead of a 1-loss, it's going to be every video I make the entire week is going to be about that nonsense.
They did it last year.
Yeah, but
They
they
did?
had the same number of losses. They had the same number of losses when they did that.
Yeah, but we were undefeated.
Well, I understand. Fortress Farms for 2 says Vols by 50. Let's roll with that. Let's roll with Vols by 50. Let's get some final predictions. We are about 4 minutes away from kickoff. Trey, what do you got, buddy? Give us your final little couple thoughts and what's the score prediction?
Okay, score prediction, I'm going to stick to my guns. I really think, 31-24, hard-fought game. Joe's going to get some things done on his feet. The running back room, the 3-headed monster is going to show up. They're going to ball out. Pierce, he's going to have himself a day going up against that freshman. I really am excited about getting to watch these guys play, going down there and getting an opportunity to get it done at Alabama's home field. And I'll pass it over to the next man because I got to roll out and get home to watch the game. Appreciate y'all.
There you go.
Appreciate you,
Big
Trey.
Orange.
Hey, thanks for not only coming on, hanging out, being a part of this community, but for what you do for this community. That's going above and beyond, brother. So I appreciate you spreading the word.
No problem. Love you guys.
Later, buddy. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, Negaval, and that beautiful bourbon collection.
All right. So last year, the key number was 5 touchdowns for Hyatt. Today, we're not going to have anybody with 5 touchdowns, but Pierce is going to have 5 sacks.
There we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
my gosh.
All right.
One is a scoop and score.
Let's go.
We're
Ooh.
going to win 33 to 20.
Let's go.
Let's
If
go.
James Pierce gets 5 sacks today,
Legend.
if he gets 5 sacks today, he's going to break Reggie White's single-season sack record. It will happen.
Ooh.
You get 5 sacks today, he's coming. He's coming for that
That's
record.
rare air.
It's something.
All right, Negaball. Every time you come on here, all I want to do is pour myself a drink. But we'll catch up with you on the post-game show, brother.
See you then.
I love how it just randomly shifts, and you guys have no idea who is next. And now, Coach McGee, you're on the spot. What do you got?
Wow. On the spot. Let's go.
Go, Coach.
So honestly, like I said earlier, special teams needs to be perfect. We put 230 up, 230 up on the run game. And Joe has a good game. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just no INTs, no turnovers. I think we walk out of there at a close field goal game, 31-28. That's being realistic.
We're going to have a heart attack in this game. I can feel it.
Yeah.
All right, Coach.
All right,
Appreciate
boys.
you coming
Good
on,
game.
buddy. We'll catch you on
Go
the
Vols.
post-game show. All right, Tom. Give us that speech. Give us some fire. Give us some energy.
It's going to be 27-20. We're going to run the ball for over 200 yards at least. Offensive line, no mistakes. No mistakes. Joe Milton just has to be average, but that offensive line is going to kill it. And defense, he said 5 sacks a minute ago. That'd be awesome if that happens. We definitely win if that actually happens, for sure.
All right, Tom. Appreciate it, brother. Always a good time. We'll catch up with you on the post-game show, my man. Oh, I was like, who's this idiot on the top right? Bob, what do you got? Bob, what's your final thoughts, final score prediction?
All right. The way I see it, I see our defense coming to town. All of them. I see Beasley getting sacks. I see Alabama getting sacked at least 6 times total, at least, and they're going to get at least 10 TFLs. I think we just dominant enough to do exactly that. I also believe that, as said before, I think Joe is going to step up this game. I guarantee you, Hendon Hooker's already called him and said, "Son, you see what I did last year? You can do it. You can do it." And I want the Orange Bowl Joe there today, and I think we can get it.
We get Orange Bowl Joe, it's a win.
Yeah, 27-13. I believe we walk away with it, and our O-line is going to play a whole lot cleaner. I think Ollie's done got the message.
All right, Bob. I appreciate it, buddy. Always good to have you on the show. We'll catch you up post-game show.
Appreciate you squeezing me in there for a minute.
No problem,
You
buddy.
got it.
All right, we got a $2 super chat from Hank. Says that pregame video just gave me chills. What pregame video? I guess did Vol Football put something out?
I don't know. Maybe.
I never know
I'm
what
watching
anybody's
the
talking
channel,
about.
and yeah, I don't know.
Miugli for 2. The damn defense will. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This defense, man, it's something special. Nate, last man standing. What do you got? Final thoughts and prediction.
Man, I'm hoping that, we've been talking about being so dependent on the run game. I hope that Joe would come out, and this is my little bit of faith I'm pushing into him. I hope he would come out and just throw a bomb, just right down. I'm talking about just bust it wide open. And whether that's going to happen, I don't know. But I do feel good about this game. I feel good about our defense. I believe also I'm going to piggyback on the other guy. He said a scoop and score. I feel it coming. And I had it low-scoring game the other day, and I've changed it. And I'm thinking Vols 37, Bama 24.
Oh, my
I think we're going to get them.
Sign me up for that. Nate, appreciate you coming on, buddy. You're always in the chat,
All right,
always
fellas.
supporting the channel. Have a good night. We'll see you post-game, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, it is almost that time. Wayne just popped in here at the final hour, drops a 20
Where you
spot.
been,
That's
Wayne?
An orange. He came in. He dropped the Orange Bowl. We don't fuss when
Okay.
an Orange
All
Bowl.
right,
Did I say an
all
Orange
right.
Bowl? Orange Boy. Let's play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Wayne says not confident at all, but still love the Vols. Play Pat, please. GBO. Man, do you think now Bob's saying that video has me hyped? What is everybody talking about?
We
the
missed
brew.
Oh,
Seth says the brew.
oh,
narrated video.
the
I did
brew
see that.
video.
Yeah, okay.
The
okay.
brew video is good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah.
That was awesome. I don't understand how Wayne's not confident. Like, if this game was at home, how much higher would you? I mean, you're like, it's not even a bit. It's not even, I'm picking Tennessee with my heart. I just truly believe Tennessee wins if it's at home.
I'm with you, Boogie. I think this is an evenly matched game. I'd take them all day if they're at home. I'd take them all day today anyway. But I think we can do it, man. I really do. I think we got the players. The talent level is getting skinnier and skinnier between us and the elite teams every day. Those of you who are with us during the breakdowns in the off season know what we've been building here at Tennessee. They've seen the breakdowns of kids like Pierce. They've seen the Arian Carters. They've seen the Cam Seldons. They've seen the backs. They've seen Nico. We all know what's about to come in, and it's coming no matter what anyone says or does about it. It's just a matter of time now. But let's get greedy. I want a bigger bite of the pie in about 5 minutes here.
Bob, the post-game show is up, so you guys can go hang out in the post-game show and chat. I love. It's one of my favorite things about this community. Like, I'll be lurking.
Yeah.
I usually have it up in the background while I'm watching the game and taking notes, but I love that aspect of this community. So, yeah, go check it out.
It's
You
fun.
guys can hang out in the post-game show and chat it up during the game. Man, let's freaking go. Let's go take care of business. Gosh, I feel like Tennessee can compete today. I hope we're here to celebrate. I hope we fire up, although Mrs. Boogie would kill me if I lit this thing up inside the house.
Be careful
So,
now, Boogie. You better
we'll see.
go on the front porch.
Oh, the worst thing possible is to pop in and people drop a ginormous super chat and say, fire that thing up, because the paper would be filled and it would be lit. And
All
I
right,
would get
guys,
in
when we get the
doghouse.
upset, we're starting the fund to upset Mrs. Boogie Bentley.
We got to break the James Moody record. It's got to be like a 2001 or some nonsense. All right, the game's starting. We're out the door. We'll catch you guys post-game. For Coach Jay, I'm Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.